You got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Dude, Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back tonight to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we go back side by side with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Tonight is Chase Race 4 of 5, the LTI Printing 200, that is LTI Printing 200, round 4 of 5 in the Chase series, which means the race before the championship, or the crown here in this case, at Michigan International Speedway. I'm a commentator, Sean Zulu, and joining me up in the booth is David Everly. How are you doing tonight, Dave?
Doing pretty good. How you doing, Sean?
Doing good too, thank you. Well, tonight we have a heck of a race coming our way, ladies and gentlemen. After last night, the Pro K&N machines went more sideways than ever before. Last night right here, it was a very, very amazing race to watch. And the drivers, most of them liked it due to it leaving everything, or putting everything in the driver's hands, pretty much. Well, just before we talk about more from tonight's race, or about tonight's race, let's take a recap from the Las Vegas 350. That's the Las Vegas 350 at Las Vegas Speedway last week. Chase Race 3 of 5. In that race, we had Gary Whitson bring it home for his first chase win, but he's not in the chase. We have Vernon Margheim, who came out second. Christian DeFalco came out third. Timothy Hamlet came out fourth. Hunter McDaniel came out fifth. Travis Pryor came out sixth. Dakota Craig came out seventh. Bobby Tinch eighth. Joshua Gillen 9th, and Curtis Vollmer did round up the top 10. And moving on to our current points standings, that is the current points standings, the driver in the chase, the drivers going towards the crown. We have Curtis Vollmer leading in points. Yep, Curtis Vollmer leading in points, but only 5 points ahead of second place driver in points, Hunter McDaniel. In turn, Hunter McDaniel is only 4 points ahead of third place driver Dakota Craig. Dakota Craig is only 1 point ahead of fourth place driver Gary Woobot. We also have Gary Woobot in turn, who is 1 point ahead of 2 drivers who are tied for 5th place in points, namely Tyler Holman and Bobby Tinch. So Bobby Tinch, Tyler Holman tied for 5th place and only 3 points behind 4th place driver Gary Woobot. We also have Tyler Holman and Bobby Tinch, who are tied for 5th place as well, 6 points ahead of 2 more drivers tied in points for 6th, namely Cody McFadden and Marty Ray. Marty Ray, Cody McFadden tied for 6th place in points, only 3 points ahead of Tommy Haynes, who is 7th place in points. And here, going further down this list, Tommy Haynes in turn is 4 points ahead of his namesake, Tommy M. Massey, for the 8th place spot. Rick Donovan in turn is only 5 points behind Tommy M. Massey in the 9th place spot. Adam Eisenhower being shown 12 points behind Rick Donovan, and Adam Eisenhower is 10th place in points, while Bryce Whitson Jr. Is only 1 point, scratch that, 7 points behind Adam Eisenhower, and that places Bryce Whitson in the 11th place position in the points standings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the points are very, 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 very close. And with that said, you know, Chase Race 4 of 5 after tonight's race, just one more race before the championship, before the crown, the new champion of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com track series. Well, moving on to tonight's race here, the LTI Printing 200 at Michigan International. Looking at the track stats here, we have 103 Fahrenheit track temperature, same with as last night in the Pro K&N series, 78 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy air temperature with winds from the north at 2 miles per hour in the afternoon. And this track once again is 2 miles in length. That is 2 miles in length, and the driver is going for 85 laps with a 50% fuel limit. So once again, 50% fuel limit, 85 laps to come. That will give us, if this thing goes green all the way, it should give us at least 3 pit stops in order for them to be able to make it 3 pit stops minimum, because these things cannot run as long as other Yeah, it should give us at least 2 to 3 pit stops is what I'm going to say, just to be safe. Looking there in the chat, we have Joshua Gillen. So, ladies and gentlemen, type it up in the chat. Get active, say something. Chase Race 405. So much excitement going on. So, Joshua Gillen is in the chat. Welcome back, Joshua Gillen. Gillen Motorsports. We also have George Gibbs Jr. Welcome back, George Gibbs. It is great to have you back, man. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. And ladies and gentlemen, just a refresher as to the drivers who are racing for the championship. Once again, drivers racing for the championship. Hunter McDaniel, Curtis Vollmer, Tommy Amassi, Tommy Haynes, we have Tyler Holman, Bryce Whitson Jr., Cody McFadden, Rick Donathan, Bobby Tinch, Adam Eisenhower, Dakota Craig, Marty Ray, and Gary Woobot. Once again, Gary Woobot, Tommy Amassi, Marty Ray, Dakota Craig, Adam Eisenhower, Bobby Tinch, Rick Donathan, Cody McFadden, Bryce Whitson Jr., Tyler Holman, Tommy Haynes, Curtis Vollmer, and Hunter McDaniel. 13 drivers going at it for this championship. But the battle so far tonight is going to be between the top 4 drivers. Top 4 drivers: Curtis Vollmer, Hunter McDaniel, Dakota Craig, Gary Woobot. Those drivers very, very close together in the point standings. Well, going over the starting order here tonight, we are being led, well, in the post leader, the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, who is only 5 points away from the leader in points. That is Hunter McDaniel here. Greg Bradshaw starting second, Marty Ray third, Adam Eisenhower fourth, Bobby Tinch fifth, Cody McFadden sixth, Rick Donathan 7th, Vernon Markheim 8th, Tyler Holman 9th, Ken Ladd 10th, and that's so far rounding up the top 10. And further down this list, we have Curtis Vollmer 11th, who is the leader in points once again. That is Curtis Vollmer 11th, Dakota Craig 12th, Christian DeFalco 13th, Brent Kuhl 14th, Kerry Cleaver 15th, David White 16th, Tommy Haynes 17th, Chris Voiles 18th, Jason Eisenhower 19th, and Jim Kelly in the 20th place spot, rounding up the top 20. The 40 Joshua Gillen 21st, Doug Blackman 22nd, Tommy Amassi 23rd, Gary Woobot 24th, Timothy Hamlet 25th, Garrett Helmlinger 26th, and we have Chris Thorman, last driver qualifying here tonight, in the 27th place spot. And I do believe Ethan Kurtz should be racing tonight. Yes, Ethan Kurtz racing tonight here, giving us 28 drivers in tonight's race, or starting tonight's race here with the trucks at Michigan. And some more viewers in the chat. We have Mercer in the chat. I believe that is Aaron Mercer from the Pro KNN series. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Mercer. But welcome. I hope you're doing well tonight. It is great to see you. We have Mr. Gibbs watching on 2 devices. Once again, great to see you there, Mr. Gibbs. And ladies and gentlemen, the drivers racing in the for the championship here, the Chase drivers, they all have one thing in common, and that's that they all have blue spoilers. So be on the lookout for some blue spoilers out there. Oh, we have some drivers in the Chase with blue spoilers, but some do not have blue spoilers. But most of them do have blue spoilers, like Bobby Tinch, Marty Ray. We have including 64 of Cody McFadden, but we are now going green this time around. LTI printing. And Aaron, we're doing well, thank you. And how are you, man? And that pace car dips off here. Hunter McDaniel still holding the pace, but he finds the gas pedal. The green flag is out. The outside line. Oh man, the caution has flown. Caution has been thrown by race control. Very, very early caution before the end of lap number 1, as everybody's getting bunched up as we speak. And that seems like nothing. Well, it looks like they were a big checkup. We have some drivers rocking some heavy damage already. Well, we have Jim Kelly with some rear damage on the machine. That's very unfortunate here on lap 1. At the same time, he also has some damage on the left front of it. So it looks like some big checkups on this start there for the first green flag of the evening. We also have Doug Blackman as well with some front end damage on the design Chevy Silverado. That is very unfortunate. Very, very, very early on. For the drivers as they all try to get all bunched up nice and strong here as the pace car is trying to catch up. And a new viewer in the chat, we have Nick Wall. Welcome back, Nick Wall, to the Dre Broadcasting Network, and hope you're doing well tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, if I did not say it already, this is Chase Race 4 of 5. With that said, only one more race before the season ends. Well, before all the seasons end. So one more race this week for all series in the Chase. Well, all series in the Chase, including the Pro Can-N series. So that's going to be the Pro Can-N series, Truck series, Xfinity series, and Cup series with the ExtremeMotorsports99.com, which means the seasons are coming to an end. And that means signups or registration is opening. So for all those of you interested in being a part of the action, if you'd like to be one of the drivers next season with the Extreme Motorsports, just go to their website, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. So they have so much going on here. You can join a lot of different series based on your experience, because they place you in different series based on how much experience you have. So we have the Pro Can-N series on Monday nights. We have a Road series on Monday nights as well. We have a Track series on Tuesday nights. Xfinity series, that's Xfinity series or B-Car series on Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights the Cup series or Gen 6 series. Once again, that's going to be Pro Can-N series Monday, Tuesday night, Truck series, Wednesday night, Xfinity series, and Thursday night Cup series. And the intensity gets nothing but greater as the more you go down up the chain. So in this case, the Pro Can-N series on the oval side can be viewed as the beginner class, while the Cup series is the best of the best on Thursday nights. So once again, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And looking there in the chat, we have some more viewers tuning in. J-Dog Gaming is back. Welcome back, J-Dog. Hope you're doing well tonight. It's great to see you again. Go Team Gillen Motorsports. And also we had Nick Wall, Samson Motorsports, the 48 of Curtis Vollmer. We also have Jamie Wayman in the chat. Watching my buddy Josh Gillen, the 40, Joshua Gillen there with the Gillen Motorsports team as well. Having some cheerleaders. Jamie, welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hope you're doing well tonight as well. We also have Mr. Noodles. Yeah, Noodles in the chat. Noodles is life. 07 of Christian DeFalco. Gonna send it tonight. Absolutely, man. He had a heck of a race last week at Las Vegas. Finishing the 3rd place spot and hoping to finish 2 spots higher here tonight at Michigan. Raymond Noodles, welcome back to the Dre Broadcasting Network. It is great to see you. And so far here, the standings as they are, we have Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray, Adam Eisenhower, Greg Bradshaw, Bobby Tinch, Cody McFadden, Rick Donathan, Vernon Margheim, Tyler Holman, including Ken Ladd, 1st through 10th place respectively. And last week we were missing 11 of Ken Ladd, but he is back tonight and ready to do some damage to the track and everybody else out there in terms of competition. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how things play out. And Ken Ladd still rocking the Epilepsy Foundation machine, the Toyota Tundra. But last week he had the 81 of Travis Pryor, rocking that paint scheme for him, representing. But up front, we should be back 1 to green. Yes, we are back 1 to green. Still being led by Hunter McDaniel, electing to start on the outside line because leaders do have lane choice with the help of 86 of Adam Eisenhower. The inside line being led by Marty Ray with the help of the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. And last night in the Pro K&N series, for all those of you that might not have made it last night here on the Dre Broadcasting Network with the Extreme Motorsports, the machines, the Pro K&N machines were very, very loose, ladies and gentlemen. After the first 5 laps on every single run, almost everybody was sideways, either entering the turns or exiting the turns, even some in between the turns. So it makes us wonder exactly how these machines tonight, the trucks, are gonna handle the same track in the exact same conditions, same track temp, same air temperature, pretty much same weather setting. So fingers crossed for that. Oh, looks like the caution has been extended 1 more lap by Race Control. Same exact lineup. We're going to be going back 1 to green this time around. Well, here's the race control. The race officials are trying to get everything situated. Looks like there's some kind of confusion going on. We should be going. Whoa, the lights on the pace car turned on, but we have so much single file going on. They should be lining up double file, but hopefully we're going to be going green this time around. Let's see what happens. Okay, the pace car dips off, and Hunter McDaniel has the gas pedal. And right behind him, Marty Ray, we have Greg Bradshaw, 86 of Adam Eisenhower here in line as well. And the caution is now out again. Oh, actually, no, scratch that. The green flag is out. That was a very delayed green flag there on entering turn number 2. Looks like we are now back green flag racing. The field is very, very spread out here as we speak. But we have Cody McFadden trying to pounce on 66 of Bobby Tinch for the 5th place spot. Yep, Cody McFadden already trying to battle side by side with the 66 of Bobby Tinch. Both drivers are chase contenders. They are in it for this championship. And McFadden gets around Bobby Tinch successfully here, entering turn number 1. And off turn 2, Bobby Tinch with a slingshot on the back bumper of McFadden. He's going to ride for now. Yes, he decides to ride. Backs it off here on their back straightaway as they both draft off each other. In this case as well, McFadden drafting off the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And one thing to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, is that the bottom groove, or the groove closest to the line separating the track from the apron, these drivers in the turns will avoid that groove by all means, because it has been known to send so many drivers sideways, or send everybody sideways, just depending on how they take it, I guess. But so far here, early on in this run, we have Adam going in that groove, having no worries whatsoever. But the later we go into the race, that groove will end up becoming mighty loose. At least it's known to be, like we had seen last night as well in the Pro K&N series. But further back in this pack, we have some drivers battling. We have Tyler Homan, we have Vern Markheim side by side off turn 4. '11 of Ken Ladd here, watching the battle from his shotgun seat between Markheim and Homan. And once again, speaking of Markheim, having a heck of a race last week at Las Vegas, but not having the best race last night in the Pro K&N series, but still determined to get the job done regardless. Off turn 2, gets around Tyler Homan successfully, and Homan falls back in line in the 9th place spot ahead of 11 of Ken Ladd. But nope, Ken Ladd to the outside, side by side, entering turn 3. And the caution has flown here this time around on lap 10, and I do believe that was an admin thrown caution. Yeah, absolutely, that was thrown by race control, most likely trying to gather everybody back up again due to having that bad start that jacked everything up. We'll be going green here before too long. And the new top 10, Hunter McDaniel still leading, Marty Ray 2nd, Greg Bradshaw 3rd, Adam Eisenhower 4th, Cody McFadden 5th, Bobby Tinch 6th, Rick Donathan 7th, Vernon Markheim 8th, Ken Ladd 9th, and Tyler Homan in the 10th place spot. And they do not have too many laps on their tires, but this track has been known. It's one of those tracks that eats up the tires quite a lot in this case. But Hunter McDaniel is deciding to stay out this time around. Actually, the whole entire field is staying out as we speak. We got some amazing, well-dressed machines out there, and looks like I have one of the paints wrong out there. I'm showing McDaniel in the Whataburger machine, but yeah, that is absolutely wrong. But also Marty Ray here. By that I mean I do not have the updated paint. But Marty Ray then the 2nd place spot here, rocking the Auto Owners Insurance Life Home Care Business or Car Business Toyota Tundra. Very well dressed. Greg Bradshaw, the Logan's Roadhouse, Adam Eisenhower, the Philadelphia Eagles, Cody McFadden. We have McFadden Greenhouse, and that is a Chevy Silverado, the usual machine he likes to use. It's well dressed once again as usual. Bobby Tinch in the usual Napa Auto Parts, Napa Know-How. Rick Donathan in the Miller machine, Vern Markheim, the GTR machine, Ken Ladd, Epilepsy Foundation. We have Tyler Homan in a new machine. That is the Hisense machine. I believe he usually runs the one of the brightest ones out there, the green. Was it yellow or yellowish green machine? With Tyler Homan, Curtis Vormer here, the CarMax. We have Christian DeFalco in the Lucron. Is going to be Lucron Automotive, and that is his team. Dakota Craig, AdvancedSimulationProducts.com. Bring immersion to your PC sim game experience. Toyota Tundra. Here we have brand quote: check, don't guess, drive for diabetes awareness. That is drivefordiabetesawareness.org. Check, don't guess. And Top Gun Motorcycle Training by 59 of David White. Kerry Cleaver with the maximum velocity racing machine, as usual, well dressed as well, purple. Tommy Haynes, AdvancedSimulationProducts.com with the Gillen Motorsports team. We have Jason Eisenhower and the SimSpeed Shop. That is SimSpeedShop.com for all your button box needs. So check them out as well. SimSpeedShop.com. And further down this list here, Chris Voiles, the Hardee's machine, the Chevy Silverado. He runs. There is Hardee's and Cars Jr. with his teammate there in the Pro K&N Series, Wally Tierheimer. Joshua Gillen here tonight with the AdvancedSimulationProducts.com machine, the Silverado as well. It is bright green. Jim Kelly as well, Advanced Simulation Products. It is very baby blue, very well dressed as well. And Garrett Helmlinger in the UNOH machine, Toyota Tundra, that is well dressed, nice dark colors. But going back up front, ladies and gentlemen, we are back 1-2 green, still being led by Hunter McDaniel with the help of Greg Bradshaw. Actually, scratch that, with the help of Adam Eisenhower. On the inside line, Marty Ray with the help of the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. We are going green this time around. Well, going green exiting turn 4 this time around. Pace car dips off and McDaniel finds the gas, but immediately the green flag is us, but a commanding lead by McDaniel. Well, we now have to maintain his lead against Marty Ray, Adam Eisenhower. These two drivers side by side entering turn 1 as we speak. In this mix, we have Greg Bradshaw on the inside line, on the inside of Adam Eisenhower. Oh man, Adam gets sucked into the wall on the exit of turn 2. All speed, all momentum lost. Oh man, but he's gonna lose a couple of spots as a result. But the good thing is they were still getting up to speed, so not too much harm done. No, in this case, not as much harm done as if, compared to if they were already up to speed. But as we speak here, he's trying to settle down behind the, that's going to be the 33 of Vern Markheim, and that is the 9th place spot, and ahead of 77 of Tyler Homan. But going back up front here, Marty Ray's getting very, very close to Hunter McDaniel for the race lead. We have the 98 of Dakota Craig trying to go against the points leader, Curtis Vollmer. But on the exit of turn 4, Curtis Vollmer was able to increase the gap a little bit against himself and Dakota Craig. But then Dakota Craig is able to charge against 48 of Vollmer, getting a little bit of time against him before turn 1 with the help of the draft. Once again, these two drivers, Dakota Craig and Curtis Vollmer, both chase race drivers. But with the gap they have between each other, well, the gap is very... basically, there's still enough time for Dakota Craig to do damage to Curtis Vollmer in terms of standings. Because once again, Dakota Craig was 3rd place in points starting tonight's race. Actually, only 9 points behind the leader in points, Curtis Vollmer. And speaking of Curtis Vollmer, he's now watching a battle between the 86 of Eisenhower and 07 of DeFalco. And new viewer in the chat, we have Harrison 907. Oh, trouble on the track. Greg Bradshaw involved, spun out sideways. Gonna see what happened.
Taking a look here at Greg Bradshaw. He was running right there in front of Rick Donathan. Looks like maybe a little contact between him and the 18. Tried to save it, but got into the outside wall, went for a spin. Looks like everybody else was able to get around him, just a single truck Eisen.
Oh, most definitely, man. Very unfortunate indeed for the 74 of Greg Bradshaw. But not to worry, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers do have one backup truck, one quick fix, one fast repair. So with that said, it should be out there with a brand new machine before too long. Because with the impact of his machine versus the wall, against the wall, yeah, that machine is going to suffer a lot in more ways than one. One end will be the top end. The high speed is going to be affected. At the same time, the rotation of the machine is going to be affected as well. And this machine, with this track, those are the most important things that you need. So he'll be going down pit road before too long to get that fixed. But going back up front, Hunter McDaniel leading, Marty Ray 2nd, Cody McFadden 3rd, Bobby Tinch 4th, Rick Donathan 5th. And rounding up the top 5 this time around. And Hunter McDaniel should be going down pit road this time around. Yep, Hunter McDaniel leading everybody down pit road, and everybody is following. And the race off pit road is won by the leader, Hunter McDaniel. Coming out behind him will be Marty Ray. We have Cody McFadden 3rd, Bobby Tinch 4th, and Ken Ladd in the 5th place spot, rounding up the top 5. And Ken Ladd, his first appearance to the top 5. We have Rick Donathan, including Cody McFadden as well. These two drivers too are new to the top 5 with only 20 laps in. And we already have some drivers saving gas. Ken Ladd clutching the sucker in, trying to maximize the fuel economy so he can be able to push it maybe even longer than everybody else out there once we start having those green flag pit stops here coming up before too long. But here Hunter McDaniel behind this pace car as well, trying to save some gas. And for the back in this pack, we have the 40 of Joshua Gillen from 21st place to 17th as well, saving gas besides the side by side with 17 of Tommy Haynes and Adam Eisenhower. In the status check on 74 of Greg Bradshaw. Greg Bradshaw had no choice but to use his only backup truck. He's got a brand new machine. The Logan's Roadhouse machine has never looks better. He is back and in it to win it. But one downside, now he's most likely going to change up his racing style, unfortunately, because he knows once he ends up damaging this one, that just might be it. And the 49 of Timothy Hamlet coming from 25th place to 18th, starting behind 59 of David White. Well, actually, I thought we're 2 to green, but everybody's actually just bunched up. We are 2 to green. I thought we're 1 to green. But we should be going back to 1 to green here before too long. So far, everybody being shown on the lead lap, and 27 drivers starting tonight's race. And I was wrong about the 2 of Ethan Kurtz racing. He's not racing tonight, but look forward to seeing him again back next week, Homestead Miami Speedway, for the final race of the season. And ladies and gentlemen, so far, usually this far into a chase series, it seems like most of the time we already have a someone who's definitely going to be a champion. You can tell by how many points they are ahead. But in this case, that is not the case, because the points are very, very close, ladies and gentlemen. Almost everybody in the points is separated by less than 5 points. With that said, this race, after tonight's race, this race is going to be the one that determines, well, it's going to pave the road for the champion, basically. You're going to have a better idea starting next week's race at Homestead Miami as to who is going to be in it to win it. We are now back 1 to green, being led by Hunter McDaniel with the help of Ken Ladd. On the inside line, Marty Ray with the help of Cody McFadden. We are going green this time around. And the downside for Greg Bradshaw there, after getting involved in the incident, he has been sent to the back of the pack, starting in the 22nd place spot, or restarting in the 22nd place spot, going from the top 5 to the bottom 20. But he will be back up there before too long. He is an amazing driver and knows how to get the job done. At the same time, it is easier said than done, because this field is very, very tough. We are going green this time around. Hunter McDaniel finds the gas pedal. The green flag is out, and great lead by McDaniel. The battle for third place between McFadden and the 11 of Ken Ladd, side by side, entering turn number 1 this time around. The LTI Printing 200, chase race 4 of 5. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing the hardest racing the first 5 laps of every single run, because that's when that's the most grip they'll have during that run. So everybody tries to take advantage of that, trying to take while they can before the single file starts going on. And some side by side for second place between Marty Ray and Cody McFadden, as the driver is on the apron. That is Bobby Tinch trying to play catch up. He looks like he lost connection to the server and is trying to get his laps back. So far, it seems like he's 2 laps down, unfortunately. So hopefully he's able to get those laps back before the race ends. But the good thing is the race is still very young, and it's never over until it's over. And a battle again for 5th place between Vern Markheim and the 77 of Tyler Hallman. These two have been going at it during the last run as well, and this run. And also the 4 of Brand Kuel is poking his nose into this battle, watching the battle from his shotgun seat. But here the Hisense machine, Hallman will propel past Vern Markheim, but Markheim crossover, trying to be engaged off turn 2, but nope, not enough, and just backs it down and just rides for now. And just like we talked about last week, ladies and gentlemen, the drivers can either choose to gain now and lose later, or lose now and gain later. And what that basically means is that they can either lose now, by lose now I mean not push it and save tires so they can be able to be faster in the long run, or they can go for it, they can go very hard, you know, not care about the tires, and end up falling way off the pace in the long run. And we have drivers in both categories, but when it comes to green flag runs, the long run drivers are pretty much the drivers who will be successful, who are always most of the time successful. So we're gonna see exactly how things play out here before too long. Once again, the race is still young, 26 laps in now, 27 coming up with 59 laps left. And a big cluster being formed here as we speak. 17, Tommy Haynes, Christian DeFalco. We have Curtis Vollmer, Dakota Craig, Rick Donovan, and the 4 of Brent Kuel. And Kuel is being challenged by the 18 of Rick Donovan side by side. And Rick Donovan is next victim for the chase, or in this chase is 77 of Tyler Homan, separated by 1 machine, 33 of Vern Markheim. So he's trying to get back up there, get around Tyler Homan. And after that, his next victim will be the 3rd place driver, Marty Ray. Almost made some contact, almost had contact between 18 of Donovan and the 4 of Kuel, but no harm done. But Kuel here is all sorts of loose, entering turn 1 and exiting turn 2. All speed, all momentum lost, and a bunch of spots to go with it. That is unfortunate for Brent Kuel, man, going from 8th place to about 17th, 18th place, man. But it's a good thing he still has a lot of time to make, a lot of time to make up that lost time. And 23 of Jim Kelly as well got very loose entering turn 3, had to back it down. As a result, a free lunch program, a free opportunity seen by David White, who gets around successfully for 15th. Oh man, Brent Kuel is having some serious trouble, some serious difficulty with the machine. Almost scraped the wall, actually scraped the wall with the right rear on the exit of turn 2. And Bobby Tinch here is a man on a mission, trying to get both laps back. Once again, he is 2 laps down and trying to get those laps back the hard way. But the good thing about this is that if the caution comes out, he's the only driver a lap or more down, so he will be able to get the lucky dog and be back to 1 lap down from 2 laps down. So that is a good thing. He doesn't have to work too hard. Oh, Joshua Gillen smacks the wall. The 4 of Kuel gets into him. Oh, big check up on the outside off turn 2, 3 wide, 4 wide, getting around the 2 drivers. We are still green flag racing. Yeah, both drivers, Joshua Gillen, Brent, trying to gather their thoughts back. But Brent Kuel going down pit road as we speak. He had to get that damage fixed. Either get the damage fixed or use up his only backup truck. Yeah, the machine, man, it's very beat now. The front end is the one that's beat due to him making contact with the 40 of Gillen, who lost all speed and momentum. And Brent, wrong place, wrong time, nowhere to go, and not enough time to react for that matter. And yep, Brent gets his backup truck out, and off pit road he goes. But going back to the racing surface, we have the 90 of Garrett Helmlinger here behind the 49 of Timothy Hamlet. These 2 drivers so far just setting themselves up for the long run. Have noticed here in tonight's race, they've decided to just back it off, just buy their time, just try and adapt to the track, the changing state in the handling, or the changing state in the track with every single lap versus the handling in the machine, because that as well does change with every single lap with the rubber buildup and the tires going away. And so far, Hamlet getting around or coming up to the 40 of Joshua Gillen, and Gillen has been suffering ever since the contact with the wall off turn 2. So far we've seen at least 3 drivers get claimed by the exit of turn 2 wall, and a lot more to come, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, that is the truth. It does hurt, but it is true. So a lot more drivers to be claimed by the wall. It does catch a lot of drivers off guard, and Forte of Gillen is still paying the price as we speak. Is currently being shown in the 21st place spot. Well, scratch that. Now 23rd. And this cluster here so far of single file, Curtis Vollmer, we have Christian DeFalco, we have Dakota Craig, Tyler Hallman, we also have the 18 of Rick Donathan, and 98 of Craig got very, very loose exiting turn number 2 due to being way too low there, very close to the apron. Oh, the caution flies this time around on lap 34. Gonna see what happened.
We pull up the Dre broadcasting replay. Was involved in 20. Oh, he just lost it coming out of turn number 2. 28 of Chris Wills tried to save it up into the outside wall. Everybody able to get around him, but looks like we're seeing the same thing we saw last night in the K&N.
Absolutely, man. Very, very mighty loose conditions by the machine. And very unfortunate for the 28 of Chris Foyles, man, making some hard contact with the wall. And as a result, having to get towed down to pit road due to blowing his motor on impact. Where his machine was smoking heavily and is still smoking as we speak. So he's trying to just getting towed to get that backup truck and be back out there before too long with the help of the backup truck. But this caution is a good thing for 2 drivers. Well, 3 drivers: Bobby Tinch, Brent Kuo, and Joshua Gillen. In the case of Brent, going to be getting 1 lap back. And also Bobby Tinch, if he decides to stay out when the leaders go down pit road, which they're doing so as we speak. Up front here, Hunter McDonough leading everybody down pit road. And the 4 of Brent Kuo, check, don't guess, drive for Davis awareness. Gets the wave around the pace car back on the lead lap on lap 36. So great job, congrats to Brent Kuo on that accomplishment. But behind the pace car we have Bobby Tinch and Joshua Gillen. But the race off pit road was won by Hunter McDaniel. We have Marty Ray coming out 2nd, Cody McFadden 3rd, Ken Land 4th, and Rick Donathan in the 5th place spot, 1st through 5th, respectively. And this, ladies and gentlemen, gives us time to get a race interview in. So let's focus on the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we joined up in the booth by the Chase Race driver and a Gillen Motorsports team member. Here, the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Get a copy there, Tommy.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
I'm just trying to make my way to the front here.
Oh, yes, you are, man. Last time we checked on you was about 10 laps ago, man, during under green flag conditions. We noticed you're just pretty much buying your time, trying to just, take it easy and not force any matters. But how's the machine been doing tonight, man? Does it seem to be meeting your expectations?
It's doing pretty good. You got to save your tires, man. Tires are a big game here. You can't burn them off, man. If not, you're going to be in the wall fast.
Oh man, indeed. And Tommy, man, is starting tonight's race. You were seventh place in the points standings, only about 3 points behind two drivers who are tied, Marty Ray and Cody McFadden. Man, how are you feeling about this chase so far, man?
I've enjoyed it right much. I had a bad episode last week. Had a power outage last week, and that's why I blinked off. And I hated that because I could have been in the points lead if I'd had a good run. I had a good run going last week, but that's the way it goes. We'll come back this week and see what we can do.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's what you need right there. And you have just that determination. And man, it's amazing seeing you come back week after week and more determined than ever with the Advanced Simulation Products.com. And speaking of Advanced Simulation Products, want to tell us a little bit about the website?
Everybody go check the website out. They make button boxes, real good button boxes. Jim, which is my truck owner, he makes them, and everybody go check them out and get you one.
And ladies and gentlemen, that once again is AdvancedSimulationProducts.com for button boxes. Well, Tommy, man, you've been staying alive this far, saving your tires. We saw so many drivers sideways out there, but you do not seem to be one of those, at least not yet. And you are going nowhere but the front. So see you 12 spots higher. Make us proud.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
That was a Gillen Motorsports driver 17 of Tommy Haynes, currently in the 13th place spot, starting behind the 59 of David White. And Tommy Haynes is a chase driver, ladies and gentlemen. He is a chase driver. Talked about some bad luck he had last week where he had a power outage. As a result, that did hurt him in the chase, in the points, very, very bad. Despite that, he's still determined to get the job done, and that is exactly what we like to see. Determined drivers are always successful. And once again, Tommy Haynes. But we are now back one to green, being led by Hunter McDaniel with the help of Ken Ladd. On the inside line, Marty Ray with the help of Cody McFadden. We are going green this time around. A pace car dips off and McFadden finds the gas pedal. The green flag is now out, and a great lead by McFadden against Marty Ray. But Marty Ray was able to get a good enough lead to keep, good enough restart to maintain second place. But nope, we have Ken Ladd in his mix, including Cody McFadden, making their presence known. But Ken Ladd, odd man out the outside line, not the best place to be on a start or restart here, as Ken Ladd drops down one spot to Cody McFadden from third place down to fourth. And McFadden here trying to he's thinking about getting around Marty Ray, but decided to just back it down for now and set him up for a later stage here in the run. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, side by side between McFadden and Marty Ray as we speak in the tri-oval. And remember what we talked about how the first 5 laps of every single run will be the hardest racing you're gonna see during that run, because they have the most grip possible. So a lot of side-by-side will be going on as we speak here between the two drivers up front, Marty Ray and Cody McFadden for second place. Oh, contact between McFadden and Marty Ray. It was enough to get McFadden a little bit squirrely. It was enough to make him feel it, but no harm done there. They are still straight, still green flag racing, and surprisingly, no damage shown on any of those machines. Bell, Chevy tough, and Toyota tough. But the 18 of Rick Donovan here in this mix, trying to pounce on the 64 of McFadden. Interesting fact, ladies and gentlemen, the top 4 drivers, McDaniel, Marty Ray, Cody McFadden, and Rick Donovan, these drivers all in the chase going for the championship. So they have now found each other. It's going to be quite interesting. And here, as we speak, we have the 86th of Adam Eisenhower, who had some bad luck there with the exit of turn 2 at 1 point. He is currently rolling in the 9th place spot, ahead of another driver who got claimed by one of those walls, Greg Bradshaw, who used up his backup truck already. But Bradshaw is trying to pounce on Adam Eisenhower here as we speak throughout the tri-oval before turn 1, now side by side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the halfway mark. That's right, 43 laps left in the LTI Printing 200. Gonna take our first commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LTI 200. That's LTI Printing 200. Sorry, LTI Printing 200 chase race number 4 of 5. That is the race before the championship next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. Well, this is ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and check them out because the seasons are coming to an end. And yes, seasons with the S at the end. That means the Pro K&N series on Mondays, the Track series on Tuesday nights, the Xfinity series on Wednesday nights, and the Cup series on Thursday nights. With that said, signups are opening. And if you'd like to be a part of the action, just check out their website, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They place you in different series based on experience. And you have to click on any of the series and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page to sign up or register for that series. So once again, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Well, going back to the race, we are under caution, and we had some contact between Rick Donathan and Marty Ray, chase drivers. They both got sent into the wall spinning with some heavy damage. Unfortunately, that's a very, very rough event for both drivers involved, but everybody else was able to avoid that for the most part. So great job to everybody out on the track. Great awareness and not making that worse than it actually was. Well, here so far, Hunter McDaniel is still in the lead, and Hunter McDaniel has led every single lap this far. 49 laps in and 37 laps left in tonight's race. But behind the pace car, we have Bobby Tinch. Bobby Tinch is 1 lap down, from 2 laps down to 1 lap down, and hoping to get 1 more lap back here before too long. Once we go back 1 to green to be back on the lead lap. Same scenario as 28 of Chris Voyles as well, who is 1 lap down as we speak. So both drivers behind the pace car. And we have Hunter McDaniel once again in the lead, Cody McFadden second, Ken Ladd third, Curtis Vollmer fourth, Vernon Markheim fifth, Christian DeFalco sixth, Adam Eisenhower seventh. We have David White eighth, Tyler Holman ninth, and Greg Bradshaw in the 10th place spot so far, 1st through 10th respectively. And drivers behind the pace car, Bobby Tinch and 28 of Chris Voyles get waved around the pace car. Both drivers back on the lead lap this time around on lap 50. It is great to see, and Bobby Tinch, one of the chase drivers. That's a very good thing for Bobby Tinch. So he's now back in it to win it and trying to now go back up front to compete against Hunter McDaniel, McFadden, including Curtis Vollmer, these chase race drivers. Speaking of Curtis Vollmer, we've spoken much of Curtis Vollmer here tonight, but he is here. He did start in the 11th place spot from 11th place spot, and now currently in the 4th place spot. And once again, he was 5 points ahead of 2nd place driver in points, Hunter McDaniel. And so far, Hunter McDaniel needs Curtis Vollmer to have a band finish tonight so he can be able to take over the point standings. We're going to see exactly how things play out here, ladies and gentlemen. 50 laps in. We have a 35 lap shootout coming up with still 1 more pit stop needed. The pace car is off, the green flag is out, and Hunter McDaniel, great restart against everybody. Cody McFadden being challenged by the 11 of Ken Ladd side by side for 2nd place as we speak, with Curtis Vollmer right behind on the outside. And DeFalco as well under fire from the 33 of Vernon Markheim side by side, but off turn number 2, Slingshot engaged by DeFalco, but not great enough to do too much harm against Markheim. But they still stay side by side. Entering turn 3, DeFalco maintains the outside and tries to drive it in hard, but then falls short, and Markheim will benefit from that greatly exiting turn 4. And one thing we did not see too much of, if any, last night in the Pro K&N series was drivers going to the apron in the tri-oval. We did not see much of that, if any, last night due to the transition from the apron to the track being very, very sketchy due to those loose conditions. But here tonight, so far, the drivers up front trying to take advantage, or taking advantage of that while they can, because they are really making up a lot of time and spots in the process. But as we speak here, we have Tyler Holman on the inside of Christian DeFalco, side by side. Yep, DeFalco here and Holman still going at it as we speak, as DeFalco gets a little bit sideways. Man, they almost exchange paint. Side draft 101, if I ever seen it myself. Yeah, but no harm done, still going nice and strong. But behind them they have a driver, that is Adam Eisenhower, approaching with the 05 of Tommy Amasi. The more these two drivers battle, the more they get put in by Eisenhower and the 05 of Amasi. But Eisenhower gets mighty loose off turn 4, enough to lose time, speed and momentum against the 05 of Amasi. '23 of Jim Kelly as well here in this mix. He has gained 10 spots this far, but he just got bumped out of the top 10 by Greg Bradshaw. But Jim Kelly here going nice and strong, is being shown in 11th place from 20th place. But some more battling going on here. We have Adam Eisenhower trying to catch a groove, but so far having no luck. Getting overtaken left and right. The machine, the Philadelphia Eagles machine, is getting nothing but looser with every single lap. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, usually the machines start off loose and get maybe tighter, but here they are becoming nothing but looser, from loose to looser with every single lap. So these drivers have to be on their toes. We see everybody, almost everybody, avoiding the most bottom groove in between turns number 3 and 4 to avoid the unnecessary sideways action. That could be quite deadly. But going back up front here, we had a battle between 3rd and 4th place drivers, Ken Ladd and Curtis Fulmer, but back down, single foul. Another driver we have not spoken much of, if any, tonight, the 7 of Gary Woolbot, the Budweiser machine. He is in the chase as well. The caution flies this time around on the exit of turn 4, looks like involving the 05 of Tommy Amasi, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna see what happened on replay.
As we pull up the replay, focusing on the 05, it looked like that back end just kicked around on him, coming on the exit of the turn that we saw. Actually, there was a little contact there between him and the 74. That got him around. He did a good job at keeping it off the track, but just enough to bring out our 6th caution of the night.
Oh, absolutely, man. That's unfortunate for both drivers involved in that. But that could have definitely been worse. So nice save by both drivers. We had Tommy Amasi was able to correct the machine there and not do any more damage, despite just a few scratches gained from the contact between himself and the 74 of Greg Bradshaw, who, as we speak, is on pit road. But going back up front, we are being led by Hunter McDaniel, going down pit road as we speak. And Bobby Tinch is the first driver, 1 lap down. Gonna begin the lucky dog this time around. Yes, he will. And around the pace car he'll go. Yep, around the pace car he goes. He's back on the lead lap. This time around, huh? He was showing Bobby Tinch and Chris Voyles 1 lap down. But they got around the pace car. That is very, very confusing. That is kind of weird. But it looks like, I guess, they were 2 laps down after all, but it was still showing them 1 lap down. But Chris Voyles still 1 lap down, but now Bobby Tinch on the lead lap. But going back to Hunter McDaniel, still maintaining the race lead and wins the race off pit road with the help of Ken Ladd. Ken Ladd comes out second. We have Cody McFadden third. Christian DeFalco fourth. That is Christian DeFalco fourth. And Vernon Markheim in the 5th place spot. And this gives us time for a race interview. So let's focus on the 11 of Ken Ladd. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we joined up in the booth by 11 of Ken Ladd. Good cop there, Ken.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Tower?
Good, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good, just trying to hang in there and show a reason why we run here.
Oh, 10-4, man. And we missed you last week at Las Vegas, but tonight you've come back with, you know, a AAA plus game as usual. Very impressive. And you're handling some interesting situations out there, man. How's the truck doing? The truck?
Well, you ask anybody else, they would say they hate it. But honestly, I enjoy this track. I enjoy the challenge. It's got some tricks to it, and if you're not careful, you can lose it in an instance. I'm by no means the best at this track, but you know, it could happen to me as well. You know, you got to be patient here is the biggest thing. And trying to force something's gonna, you know, ruin your night and ruin someone else's night in a heartbeat faster than you can guess.
Oh, most definitely, man, and very nicely said, very well said. You have to be patient. Yeah, it's true what they say. Patience always pays, at least most of the time. And man, how are you actually countering the looseness here? Because we've noticed the inside line becomes loose after the first 5 laps of every run, and we don't really see the outside line coming into play quite well. So the middle lane seems to be the preferred race groove. Is that right?
Yeah, this track's always had a kind of a center lane groove. It's always been kind of like that, even on old setups that the trucks had and the new setups with this new setup, I should say. So it all just kind of depends on where it's going and how it's going. So.
Oh, most definitely, man. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Ken, it's great to have you back here tonight after missing last week at Las Vegas. Look forward to seeing you 2 spots higher. You never cease to amaze us. And any final words before I let you go, man?
No, just a shout out to Pat and all them if they're watching. Let's go Maverick, and let's take it home.
And that was the Maverick Motorsports driver, Ken Ladd, currently here in the 3rd place spot behind the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back 1 to green this time around as we speak with a new leader, Tommy Haynes, who decided to stay out under this caution, giving him that's going to be about 9 laps more on his tires compared to everybody else out there. Ladies and gentlemen, from experience and after seeing last night's race in the Pro K&N Series, that might not be the best strategy, but you know, when it comes down to it, he'll be going down pit road 1 more time, so he's just trying to, you know, he knows he'll be going down pit road shortly. He might end up short pitting, so he can be able to maybe gain that time back later on when everybody else goes down pit road as well for a splash and go. We will now have 26 laps left, well, 25 lap shootout coming up. And if the drivers go around down pit road 1 more time, it will be a splash and go, and nothing more than that. Well, here in this lineup, Tommy Haynes with the help of Ken Ladd. On the outside line, Hunter McDaniel with the help of Cody McFadden. We are going green. Oh, up front, Tommy Haynes gets a commanding lead against Hunter McDaniel, Kane Ladd, and Cody McFadden. The green flag is now out here, but Cody McFadden here so far maintains third place spot, but a battle for fourth place between Vernon Markheim and Ken Ladd. Side by side, the LIT Printing 200 Chase Race 4 of 5 Extreme Motorsports 99.com Track Series. And so far, 07 of Christian DeFalco is battling as we speak. The 77 of Tyler Homan, excuse me, with he's pushing or pulling the 48 of Curtis Vollmer with him. By him, I mean 77 of Tyler Homan. Both drivers here in the chase in it to win it here for the championship. They're approaching the 33 of Vernon Markham. Everybody so far getting bunched up, getting very, very close. But up front, Tommy Haynes is losing spots left and right with the 9-lap auto tires. Not pretty. And Tommy Haynes is gonna stay high to let the faster traffic by here. No harm done. Gonna split him 3 wide. We have Tyler Homan and the 48 of Curtis Vollmer. But so far he is still 2 wide. And 3 wide coming up here before turn number 1. Yep, now 3 wide. Homan in the middle. We have Curtis on the inside and Haynes on the outside. And Haynes still staying high. The middle lane here being occupied by Homan and 86 of Eisenhower. And Tommy Haynes as well most likely stayed out for that track possession. But so far here, man, he's most likely hoping for a caution so he can be able to go down pit road with everybody else out there. But now 22 laps left in tonight's race. Oh, we got Pat T in the chat. We missed you, Pat T. It's great to have you back. Hope you're doing well tonight. Well, here on the track, we have Kerry Cleaver battling the 23 of Jim Kelly. And he gets around with success with a Jim Kelly crossover, engaged off the exit of turn number 4 throughout the tri-oval. And looks like Jim Kelly just might edge him out entering turn 1. But Kerry still holding his own on the outside line here, still side by side. The more these two drivers battle, the more time they lose against the drivers up front, and the more time they're narrowed in or pulled in by the drivers behind them. But Kerry Cleaver was able to get around Jim Kelly successfully, exiting turn 2. In this mix, we have Marty Ray back from the dead. He's taking names as we speak. So far, gets around 23 of Jim Kelly, and now his next victim is 69 of Kerry Cleaver. 07 of DeFalco is battling for dear life as we speak here against Vernon Markheim, but off turn 2 was able to propel with the slingshot. Oh, 3 wide contact. Oh man, that was almost ugly. Some contact between that's gonna be Adam Eisenhower, including 77 of Tyler Homan. Looks like they're Tyler Homan backed down to avoid the 3 wide, because they ended up running out of room to make it stick. As a result, they end up getting backed up quite a bit, and the gap between DeFalco and Markheim gets nothing but bigger as a result. For the back in the pack, 36 of Jason Eisenhower. I've spoken much of Jason Eisenhower here tonight with a SimSpeedShop.com machine, specializing in button boxes as well. Is now behind the 28 of Chris Voiles. Well, Chris Voiles here is still 1 lap down. First driver 1 lap down for that matter. And Jason Eisenhower's machine has seen better days. He had some bad luck last night right here in the Pro K&N Series. We have 1 driver peeling off for his final pit stop of the evening. That is 17 of Tommy Haynes. Ladies and gentlemen, with 18 laps left in tonight's race, less than 20 laps to go, yes, the drivers up front should still be able, should need to pit in, well, will most likely be needing to pit in at least once more, one more time in order to be able to make it the rest of the way. You know, the good thing about this is that they can come down pit road, get a splash, and go, which means less time on pit road and more time doing damage to their opponents out there and the track in terms of competition here. And we have on pit road, Tommy Haynes taking 4 tires, full tank of gas. We have Bobby Tinch as well here, back in this mix, in it to win it. He was 2 laps down, got both laps back, and is now going against his biggest opponent, or one of the big opponents here for the chase, the 98 of Dakota Craig. And yes, Bobby Tinch and Dakota Craig are both in the chase, in it to win it for the championship, both behind 59 of David White. Well, ladies and gents, with 16 laps left, that is 16 laps left, take our final commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned. Of having a little bit of a miscommunication there, but we are under caution here this time around. We're gonna see exactly what happened here with only 14 laps remaining in tonight's race. We have David White, who got a piece of the action in that one, including 23 of Jim Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like contact between David White and Jim Kelly got Jim Kelly around into the wall. They actually both hit that outside wall extremely hard. So unfortunate here for Jim Kelly and David White.
Yeah, David White, man, some heavy smoke from the rear end. Hopefully he still has the backup truck so he can be able to finish this race nice and strong. Because once we go back green flag racing, we're going to be having 9 to 10 lap shootout. Once again, once we go back green flag racing, but going back up front, we are being led by Hunter McDaniel, McFadden in second, Ken Ladd third, DeFalco fourth, and Adam Eisenhower in the 5th place spot. And McDaniel most likely is going to lead everybody down pit road. Yep, everybody down pit road as we speak, and the first driver 1 lap down, still 28 of Chris Voiles, who gets the waiver on the pace car back on the lead lap this time around on lap 74. Well, we got John Marine in the chat. Welcome back, John Marine. Hope you're doing well tonight, man. It's good to see you again. It's good to see you. The race off pit road was won by Hunter McDaniel. Cody McFadden second, Christian DeFalco third, Ken Ladd fourth, and Tyler Holman in the 5th place spot, 1st through 5th, respectively. And Vernon Markheim did pit in under green flag conditions, and as a result, here he is. He should become the new race leader once we cross the start-finish line this time around. I just scratched that we have Tommy Haynes ahead of him, so Tommy Haynes will become the new race leader with Vernon Markheim 2nd place. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Looks like 17 of Tommy Haynes is 1 lap down. There, caution caught him at a bad time. But so he's going to pass it over to 33. Vernon Markheim, new race leader. Hunter McDaniel 2nd. Cody McFadden 3rd. Christian DeFalco 4th. And Brent Kuo in the 5th place spot. And we have Max Moscon in the chat. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, Max. Hope you're doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having less than 10 laps to go once the green flag flies. With that said, it is go time. Everybody can make it on gas at this point. They have 4 new tires, full tanks of gas, and a lot of determination to bring this thing home. It's going to be either the checkered flag home or the steering wheels home, and nothing in between. Chase race 4 of 5. The race before the championship. So with that said, everything is on the line up to this point. And also for the new viewers out there, here we have some new viewers there in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network. If you like what you see here tonight and would like to be a part of the action, and by that I mean if you'd like to be one of the drivers with the Extreme Motorsports 99, check them out at extrememotorsports99.com. Select a series and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. That's all the way down to the bottom of the page to sign up. You're going to see a registration button, and click that to get signed up. Where we are now, back 1 to green. We're going to be having a 9-lap shootout coming up, being led by Vernon Markheim with the help of Cody McFadden on the outside line, being led by Hunter McDaniel with the help of 07 of Christian DeFalco. Well, here this time around, Vernon Markheim having 2 laps more on his tires compared to the leaders or the drivers who pitted in during this caution, but that's not going to affect him whatsoever because only one of those 3 laps was under. One of those 2 laps was under green flag conditions. Well, the green flag is out. We have some drivers peeling off. That was Vern Markham who gave up the race lead to go down pit road here. But we are now back. Green flag racing, 9 laps left. Now being led by new leader Hunter McDaniel. Cody McFadden in second, DeFalco third, Ken Ladd fourth, and Curtis Vollmer in the 5th place spot. And speaking of Vollmer, Vollmer going against 11 of Ken Ladd as we speak. He tried to make a move off the exit of turn 2, but did not have enough time to make it stick. And has to fall back in line to avoid losing a spot to 77 of Tyler Hallman, who as well is on a mission to get things done. And Hallman being approached by the 86 of Eisenhower. And a new driver in the top 10, that is 25 of Doug Blackmon from 22nd place to 8th place here as we speak, but being challenged by the 98 of Dakota Craig for the 8th place spot. Dakota is in the 9th place position. And here so far, Doug has kept a low profile, man, but now he's here when it really matters the most, to make it count, and he is making it count as we speak. But let's the 98 of Dakota Craig go on the inside line here with now 8 laps left. Once again, go time. And up front for 3rd place, DeFalco and Ken Ladd going at it side by side. And Ken Ladd on the inside, DeFalco on the outside here, exiting turn 4. Ken Ladd chops his nose off. Whoa, man, that was very, very dangerous. But no harm done. Crossover engaged by DeFalco. He says, nope, gonna take it away from you. And side by side again, entering turn 1. But this is attracting a lot of attention. 48 of Curtis Vollmer is getting nothing but closer to DeFalco and Ken Ladd. The more they battle, at the exact same time, Vollmer has a battle in his rearview. That's between Tyler Hallman and Adam Eisenhower, who are side by side as well as we speak. And up front as well, battle for the race lead between Cody McFadden and Hunter McDaniel going at it side by side. McDaniel on the inside, McDaniel on the outside. Cody McFadden on the inside line. They must make contact. Oh man, McFadden's machine pushes way tight on the exit of turn 2. Oh, speed momentum lost due to him trying to avoid drifting up into Hunter McDaniel. Great sportsmanship. Green flag racing. But McFadden now has to do it all over again. Also, that allowed Ken Ladd and DeFalco to close that gap quite a bit. Four laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Next flag ends the race. That's right, the next flag ends the race. 4 laps left. Oh, contacts between DeFalco and Ken Ladd. Oh man, they are still going side by side as we speak. They do say rubbing is racing, and these drivers are defining that. And Ken Ladd is leading quite to the nose against DeFalco entering turn 3. DeFalco here still on the inside, determined to get the job done regardless. Man, the inside is not the place to be. He's still going.
Well, 2 laps to go here as we are waiting on Sean. For some reason, he lost sound. So he's going to work on that. So he'll be back here shortly, but 2 laps to go as we are coming here on the backstretch, still being led by the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. 64, Cody McFadden riding right there on the back bumper as they are coming through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to take the white flag. White flag is out. We still have the battle for first and second. Ken Ladd, Christian DeFalco running 3rd and 4th here. Running back in 5th is going to be Adam Eisenhower. Tyler Hallman 6th. Curtis Vollmer dropping back to 7th. Coming into turns 3 and 4, still being led by Hunter McDaniel. Here comes Cody McFadden. He is looking to the inside, but Hunter McDaniel is going to power off. He is going to win tonight's race, the last race before the final race. Hunter McDaniel is your winner here at Michigan.
And top 3 interviews and a special guest coming up, ladies and gentlemen, so please stay tuned. Well, we're joined up in the booth, ladies and gentlemen, by the top 3 drivers, Hunter McDaniel, Ken Ladd, and Cody McFadden, and our special guest, 98 of Dakota Craig. Well, we're going to start here tonight with the race winner, Hunter McDaniel. Look up there, buddy.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, man, I couldn't be happier. This chase has really turned around for us, and I'm just elated right now.
Oh man, we're very happy for you. You know, having 2 of 4 chase race wins here in the series this far, man. Very, very impressive. And starting tonight's race as well, man. In the points, you were only 5 points behind Curtis Vollmer. But, you know, your performance here tonight, you've led the most laps without a doubt. Your performance tonight is going to definitely put you on the chart, man. You know what? What does this tell you about your about yourself, basically, as a driver this far, man, in the series?
Well, I mean, I think it really shows that, you know, not just me, but my entire team, we have a don't give up attitude. You know, we came into this chase, and I think we finished 22nd at Talladega, and we were really behind in the points. And then we came out and we won Chicagoland, and then we finished really well at Las Vegas, and then we come out here with the win. And I think it really shows that you know, just a little accident or a little hiccup in the road is not going to get us down, and we're going to come back stronger than ever and really show these guys what we're worth.
Oh man, nicely said. And congrats on the success there through the ups and downs with your teammates. Yep, very, very determined, and that goes a very long way and does not go unnoticed. So keep up the great work. And man, next week going to Homestead Miami Speedway. What do you think is the best way to basically, what are your plans for next week, man? Because, you know, it's going to be the most important race of the season because the points are going to be very, very close.
Yep, definitely. We won Homestead Miami last year, so I'm definitely going to go back and look at the tapes from last year's race and look at the 6 of Tom Wetmore. He was, you know, we won, but he was by far the fastest car on the track. So go back, look at the tapes, get some practice in, and come out here just the same thing that we've done for the past 3 weeks and just try to keep performing.
Oh, copy that, brother. Well, congrats on your success on your second win in the Chase series here this far. We look forward to seeing you again next week for the final race of the season, the race of the crown at Homestead Miami Speedway. And any final words before we let you go? Celebrate.
I just want to say thank you to Ken Ladd, Travis Pryor, my whole team, Aaron Mercer, my eyes in the sky tonight, and a thank you to Cody McFadden. He was really fast, and I don't think I could have held him off for much longer. And he had a couple opportunities where he could have definitely gotten into me, and he didn't. So I really appreciate him driving me hard and clean. And thank you guys for putting on this broadcast.
Well, congrats on your success here tonight, and see you again next week. Homestead, go celebrate and get ready for next week.
Thank you, Sean.
That was Maverick Motorsports driver Hunter McDaniel, first ever champion of the Pro K&N Series with Extreme Motorsports 99. But next in line is his teammate 11 of Ken Ladd, who we spoke to there during the cautions out there, during one of the cautions. You gonna come up there, Ken, again?
Hey, what's going on, Tower?
Oh man, Ken, a heck of a performance on your part. When we spoke to you, you were in the 3rd place spot, but you were able to go 1 spot higher, man. By the end of the race, man, very, very impressive. Give us a rundown of the last couple of laps, man. So much side by side going on, especially between yourself and I believe that was DeFalco.
Yeah, we didn't get quite the restart we wanted to on that last one, but kind of gathered it up, got back up in there. There was a driver up there who was a little bit slow. I think we passed him in the beginning, and then it was just pretty much the top 4 of us running all together real close. And it was I can't be happier on the racing. I can't tell you how excited and how happy I am, because that right there was an amazing race. Those last laps, DeFalco, if you're listening, man, that was great. That's what I love about this series. I love about this league is you can get that kind of racing in this, and I can't be more happier.
Oh, most definitely, man. Yeah, heck of a race and great driving on your part and being successful tonight after starting in the 10th place spot, finishing 2nd, gaining 8 spots overall. Well, buddy, we're moving on to Homestead Miami Speedway next week. It's not the easiest track either. What are the expectations for that track, basically? What do you think you have to do for your success?
Well, with Homestead, it's kind of a hometown track for me on, being Florida and whatnot. And it's actually another track I truly enjoy. Last season, we were going 3rd into points for the final chase race, and we had the hurricane come through, so we weren't actually able to make it. But hopefully this time around, we'll have another top finish and show what Homestead's about to us Florida guys.
Oh, copy that, brother. Well, congrats on your success once again there, Ken, and see you again next week at Homestead. And any final shout-outs once again before we let you go?
Just a shout-out to the team, Aaron, Travis, Hunter, Brian. I mean, we've got a good thing going. I can't be happier about it. Congrats to Maverick. I want to shout-out to McFadden. That was a great race. Sorry about that move on the end, man. It was an opening. I had to take it. And shout-out to DeFalco. Just amazing race tonight, guys.
Well, congrats, brother. Go celebrate and see you again next week.
We'll see you guys.
That was 11 of Ken Ladd as well. He is also a Maverick Motorsports driver, same as Hunter McDaniel. But next in line is a Chase driver, 64 of Cody McFadden with Performance Motorsports. Get up there, Cody.
Yes, I do.
How you doing tonight, man?
Doing pretty good. I wish it would have turned out a little better, but it is what it is.
Oh man, you brought your A++ game as usual, and that does not go unnoticed. And starting tonight's race, man, you were 6th place in points, actually tied with Marty Ray, but you were able to break that tie easily. So congratulations on that. And also only, let's see, that's 6 points behind 5th place drivers who were tied as well, Bobby Tinch and Tyler Hallman. And how do you feel this race sets you up, man? How are you feeling going into next week's race? Basically, how does this help your confidence?
It helps. I think I'm gonna have to have some good luck, and unfortunately for Hunter and probably Curtis, they're gonna have some bad luck. So we'll just see what happens. Go down there to Homestead and run as fast as we can, and let the points take care of themselves.
Oh, copy that, man. And going back to tonight's race, man, give us a rundown of the experience you had. You know, it was very, very, very loose conditions. What was your strategy to counter it? Because it seemed like you were still battling despite it.
Yeah, you know, just kind of take it easy for a little bit, and then, you know, just try to hold on to it there at the end of the runs, because it did get a little loose coming off the turns, and I just sat right there behind Hunter the whole race and could never find a way to get around him. But it's because, you know, he's really good, and, you know, he was able to keep me back there. So it was a good race overall, though. Very exciting.
Oh, man, indeed, man. And congrats on your success once again, from 6th place to 3rd place, gaining 3 spots overall. Despite a couple of ups and downs here and there throughout the race, you were able to endure through it and set yourself up very well for the points starting next week. For next week's race, Homestead Miami Speedway. Well, before you go celebrate, man, in final words, before you go celebrate.
I'd just like to thank my team at Performance Motorsports and everybody at Extreme here and you guys up in the booth. It's a great truck series. Love to be a part of it, and after this season, can't wait till next one.
Well, congrats, brother. Go celebrate and see you again next week.
All right, thank you.
And that was a Performance Motorsports driver, Cody McFadden, finishing 3rd. Also a Chase race driver, Chase contender. But next in line, our special guest as well, who is in the chase in it to win it, 98 of Dakota Craig with the Gillen Motorsports team. Get copy, Dakota.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing pretty well after what happened.
Oh, man, most definitely, man. Well, we're glad that you were able to be successful despite that. And last week's race set you up enough, set you up enough, or good enough for tonight, for this week in points, man. You were able to get 3rd place in points, only 4 points behind 2nd place driver in points, Hunter McDaniel, man. Give us a rundown of your experience tonight, man.
Well, track got loose after a few laps, but the first 10 laps, it felt great.
Oh, man, most definitely. Yeah, we saw so many loose conditions going on out there, but you're still able to hang on to it and still battle despite that. A couple of points you were pinned on the inside lane. I had to back it down, back off to avoid pushing up into the driver on the outside who you're battling. And Dakota, how do you feel that this helps or affects your momentum in the chase for next week at Homestead?
I just gotta go win it.
Oh, there we go, man. Short and simple. Just gotta go win it. And man, your success tonight here is gonna do very well in the points for you. We look forward to finding out exactly exactly how this affected you in the points, and hope to see the crown on your head after next week's race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Any final words, buddy?
Just like to thank my team at Gillen Motorsports and my sponsor AdvancedSimulationProducts.com and Advanced Auto Parts.
Well, congrats, brother, and see you again next week at Homestead. Go celebrate.
Thanks, sir.
And that was 98 of Dakota Craig. So we had Hunter McDaniel, Maverick Motorsports driver, that is Maverick Motorsports. Ken Ladd, Maverick Motorsports, second, that's first and second place. Cody McFadden, Performance Motorsports, 3rd place. And the 98 of Dakota Craig, Gillen Motorsports, finishing in the 8th place position. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in here tonight for Chase Race 4 of 5, ExtremeMotorsports99.com Track Series, the LTI Printing 200. And the next race here next week, Chase Race 5 of 5, the race of the championship, the race of the crown. That's going to tell us the new champion of the season. So ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in then. You do not want to miss that race. So once again, that's going to be entitled the Chevy Crate 200 Homestead Miami Speedway. Oh, Dave, any thoughts?
It's a good race. We'll have to wait and see next week what happened.
Oh, indeed, man. Homestead Miami Speedway. Well, hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a bumpy ride next week. And here, also be sure to tune in during the other series here with the Extreme Motorsports on the Online Sim Racing Network. Tomorrow night, we have Chase Race 4 of 5 with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series here. That's going to be with Joe White and David Everly in the booth. And on Thursday night, we have Chase Race 4 of 5 in the Cup Series, the Gen 6 Series, with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. So it's a never-ending excitement, basically. A lot of action coming to you live from the Dre Broadcasting and the Online Sim Racing Network. So be sure to tune in then. I am Sean Zulu and David Everly behind the cameras. I look forward to seeing you guys next race and the next broadcast live on the Dre Broadcasting is this Saturday night. The Roaring Thunder Racing League Verizon IndyCar Series on Saturday night once again. I am Sean Zulu and David Everly behind the cameras. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.